Why haven't Indian Army moved even an inch back from Doklam area, even after China's warning? The dragons are rattled than ever. China has used its full force to suppress India. China has tried both diplomatic and even military tactics to push back India from Doklam. But Indian Army has not even moved an inch back. China is unable to digest it. Why has Indian Army showed such strong opposition to China? Why isn't India scared of China even though its military personnel is much more than India? Its military budget is also much more than India. But why India isn't scared of India? There are many reasons why India can challenge the Chinese if they try to clash in border issues. China very well knows that India is not the same as 1962. If China rages a war against India, it will only suffer hugely than India. In the 1960s, China didn't have any significant trade with India. But today many of Chinese companies' profits depend on their performance in India. For instance, Chinese smartphones are most sold in India. India is a huge market for the Chinese and China is voraciously trying to be the global superpower. So if it wages war against India then it will never be able to compete with America. In past we have seen that India has agreed to whatever other nations said, just to avoid clashes. So this time if India tries to step back then the image of India will take a severe blow in South Asia. India doesn't want other neighboring nations to bow around China. It is not just for maintaining the reputation in South Asia but India can actually challenge China. China barks that India should learn from 1962 war but within 5 years that is, in 1967 India has defeated China in 2 battles. Several Indian soldiers were martyred but causalities on Chinese side were heavy. Our brave warriors saved Nathula and even chased Chinese 3 kms away from Chola. So India defeated Chinese in 1967 so how strong we might be now? In the field of economy and military power, China is ahead of India. This even a staunch supporter of India does believe. But during the war many factors come into consideration. During the Kargil War the geographical factor affected Indian Army adversely but still, India defeated Pakistan. In 1962 War too, China should not forget how 124 Indian soldiers killed 1,300 Chinese in Rizang, Louisiana. Dragons will never forget the last man, last round. So due to these reasons, India has stood firm in the Doklam area and haven't paid any heed to the Chinese warnings to go back.